on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Last time out, remember, they fumbled the football. That led to the touchdown. And, Charles, they were in the red zone, so that's a backbreaker. They got to try to pick up the pieces here on this drive.
Yeah, and I actually started to do the math here, so be patient with me. 12-point swing is the way I calculate it, because not only did they drop the ball in the red zone, they watched the opponent score a touchdown right after that. So their goal, have a drive here and try and get some of those points back.
Play action. It's Goff. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. Oh, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble, because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play.
And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams, 65 yards. And the Lions are an extra point away from capturing the lead. Charles, there aren't really any slow receivers, but there's fast and then really fast. He's really fast, and he showed off the afterburners there.
And that he is, because when he took off, I was thinking there's no chance that he can actually reach him with that pass. Yet he did, and he's still sprinting. And just think about what that does for everyone else on his team, because his ability to stretch a field opens things up for the rest of the receivers on the team.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game planned for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. They'll run the end around. This is Cooks. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Yeah, here we go. What do you think? What do you think?
That's into a crowd and intercepted. He's to the 10. With such a costly interception, nearly a pick 6, but now they're so close, they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive, because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception almost cost them 6 points. Now their defense has to run onto the field, probably giving the quarterback a few side eyes along the way. They've got to see if they can.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. With solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Steps away to it, and he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson. So a nice bounce back there defensively after giving up the big play.
Yeah, you can either get down on yourself or you can get motivated. And that time, they dropped him for a loss. So I would say that they got motivated and made the play.
They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They run again with Dowdle. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Prescott to throw it. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Lions are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
Louis. Super one. What's that?
Goff now looking to throw. He's got a man complete. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
DC.
Goff. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. Into space at the 45. And finally brought down at the 43. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
How would that be my
That was a
fault?
beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
What's that?
Now Goff. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. And he'll get into the end
Get out
zone.
of here.
Touchdown,
Get out of
Detroit.
here.
Sam Laporta from 8 yards out. And the Lions will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bullying his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly. And Prescott, his third interception. And the Lions are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37.
Super 66. What's that?
After the interception, here's Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. That is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Now a 2nd and 10.
That. What's that?
Here's Goff. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long.
Ric Flair. Super 1. Super 1. Seventeen. What's that?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll get this one to Patrick. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot.
Who goes tonight? What's that?
A final shot before break here. Goff. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
26.
Final play of the half, Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. Two-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives. Try and slow things down a little bit.
Here's Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. And a throw right sideline is complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Going to 53. What do you think?
Dak swinging this out quickly to Lamb. So no gain on the play, and that will bring up second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Prescott yet again. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb, 60 yards. And the Cowboys are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try.
And now here is another interception. Jack Campbell with a pick.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs. He scored on the ground and through the air as his guys are able to extend their lead. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the two-point conversion to extend this lead. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So 2nd and 10 now here in the third quarter from Detroit.
Yeah, here we go. 26.
Prescott now. Eluding the pressure right. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now Dak, he's going to mix it up. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. That is caught by Lamb. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. To the air again, Prescott sliding out of the pocket. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jake Ferguson from 13 yards out. And the Cowboys are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Running the jet sweep as Prescott bats it forward. And he'll get in as they're back within his score now. The lead's down to 7. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. And sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense. That's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on him.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Dula. Maverick Wolf. Harbaugh. Go, 12, let's go. What's that?
Now Goff. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Maverick. What? 5. Super. Value 1. What's that?
Goff. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
They go ahead and snap it. Goff. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy
I'm sitting next to a
territory.
3-year-old and my woman. I don't know what you got going on in life to be telling niggas they cheating just because you losing. I don't know what you want from me, bro. I'm playing the game just like you playing the game. Please, relax, bro.
Here's Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. And that is incomplete.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception.
I
but
threw
playing
the
this
ball.
way is what
Throwing the
got them
ball
this
stops
lead.
the clock,
So you may
stupid.
ride it out to the end.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
What's that?
Off the option, here's Montgomery. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Goff. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Here's Goff. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game.
At the Cowboys' 46-yard line.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Maverick!
Goff going to throw it. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Throws out left. It's caught by Williams. And he will have a Lions first down, and that's the one that should seal a victory. 12 yards on 3rd down as the drive rolls on.
12, 11.
Now Goff taps this forward. That's a jet sweep. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Goff going to move his guys around a bit.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Turbo set.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and off the play action, he'll look to throw it. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long.
Super one. Obama. Here we go. 76. Merlin. What's that?
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will be taken down. No time.